So do you think it just stopped? They're like, well, this is bad. Let's be good now. Let's be the best we can. Let's be the intelligence agency that never does something completely fucking insane.
Well, of course, I agree with all that.
Jeez, that is so scary because that's always been the big dark conspiracy theory, and that's always the one that I always dismissed. I'm like, sure, there's some pedophiles, but the idea that they're all pedophiles, that's crazy. But then, there's a case of this Catholic priest that was involved in a sex scandal, and then they moved him instead, which is one of the things that they had done in the past. When someone had molested children, they would just move them to another place where they would molest children. So they moved him to this new place where he molested 100 deaf kids. And it's one of the most evil stories. And you're like, well, how could you tolerate that at that level where you're not just tolerating, you're aware this person does something. You somehow or another get to deal with it yourself, and then you just move them, and no one ever gets charged for anything.
Well, this is why, when you say...
And he does it again.
On the other hand, if you do have it, does it not inevitably become some sort of a fourth branch of government? Does it not eventually merge with the mafia, right, because of the nature of its business? Does it not become an obstacle to the consent of the governed? And I'm not saying I know the answer to that puzzle because I don't. What I'm saying is I think it's a canonical problem, right? You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And we are now damned because we do, right? We would be damned in a different way if we didn't. And that doesn't make it acceptable. At some level, we have to figure out how to balance that trade-off. We have to figure out how to actually exert control over entities like the CIA, right? If they gain control over themselves, then the catastrophe is inevitable.